I'd like to talk to you today about the U.S. foreign language deficit and how it impacts our economic and national security. The first question that a lot of people are going to say when introduced to a new concept is, what is it? They might then say, why should I care? What does it matter? And then, if you do get engaged, you're going to conclude by saying, what can I do? How can I help? I'd like to lead off with, again, a reference to Edward Snowden. Recently, in August of 2013, among the information that he did release was also information about the black budgets of the United States government. And of course, looking at the foreign language numbers, I was amazed to read that in all of our federal intelligence services in the United States, and that's about 1 million people, we have about 900 people who are fluent in Chinese, and about 1,900 who are fluent in all of the Middle Eastern languages combined. That's amazing, taking into consideration the geopolitical importance of those regions. Okay, now here's an old joke. A person who speaks 2 languages is bilingual. A person who speaks 3 languages is trilingual. A person who speaks 4 or more languages is multilingual. A person who speaks 1 language is an American. You know, an old joke, but still very, very true. Okay, what is this language deficit? According to a Gallup poll, only 20 to 25% of Americans feel comfortable having a conversation, engaging in conversation in a language other than English. According to the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, only 18.5% of K-12 students in the United States are enrolled in a course in a foreign language course. At the post-secondary level, college and university level, a mere 8% of college and university students in the United States are currently enrolled in a foreign language course. On the other hand, 56% of Europeans feel comfortable holding a conversation in their own language plus 1. And 28% of Europeans feel comfortable engaging in conversation in at least 2 languages other than their own. All right. How long has the foreign language deficit been around? Is it new? Not really. You can find discussion of it back to the 1940s, but in the contemporary era, the contemporary conversation, we can place the beginning in 1979. The report Strength Through Wisdom. A report from a presidential commission. That started the conversation. And what really increased the momentum was the book published in 1980, the following year, by Senator Paul Simon, The Tongue-Tied American, Confronting the Foreign Language Crisis. That was published in 1980. All right, we know what it is. You've seen the numbers. You've seen the beginning of it, the origins of the foreign language deficit. But why does it really matter? Well, it really does matter because 75% of the world's population does not speak English. Okay. Our relative lack of communication affects business, government, all over the world. It also affects us personally, limiting our personal, professional, and career options. There has been so much written on the U.S. foreign language deficit over so many years by educators, by government, by industry leaders, by business education leaders. And I just want to point out a few of, I think, the most relevant documents. Okay. Forbes. In 2012, a blog post, America's Foreign Language Deficit, written by the president of Cornell and one of the officers of Cornell University. Or a little bit earlier in 2012, in June, the Council on Foreign Relations, another blog post, Foreign Languages and U.S. Economic Competitiveness. How important is that? At about the same time, the Council on Foreign Relations published a piece written by the president of the Council for Applied Linguistics, a Languages for Jobs initiative. How clear is the connection? Still, why does it matter? What about Senate hearings? There are numerous Government Accountability Office reports and also Senate hearings. Two of the most recent took place in 2010 and 2012. Closing the language gap, improving the federal government's foreign language capabilities in 2010. And then even more alarmingly, a national security crisis, foreign language capabilities in the federal government, across governmental agencies, from law enforcement to technology to intelligence gathering. But still, why does it really matter? University of Phoenix, all right, their research institute, now known as the Apollo Research Institute, has published two reports, major reports, on foreign languages and the workplace. The first one, The Great Divide, worker and employer perspectives on skills, what skills are going to be demanded. And then the second report, Current and Future Foreign Language Demands in the Workplace, okay, both in 2011. Still, why does it matter if we still need to be convinced? The Language Flagship, released in 2009, a report, What Business Wants, Language Needs in the 21st Century. It's what business wants. From the National Research Council in 2007, International Education and Foreign Language Education, Keys to Securing America's Future. In 2006, we had the National Security Language Initiative, known for promoting the concept of critical languages. From the Committee for Economic Development, the report, Education for Global Leadership, the Importance of International Studies and Foreign Language Education for U.S. Economic and National Security. From the Department of Defense, the Defense Language Transformation Roadmap, first promulgated in 2005. Okay. Now we know what it is, and we know how much it matters to us as a nation, to us individually. What can we do? We can act as individuals. We can act as members of educational institutions. We can act as businesses, business owners, business leaders, and business educators. We can act as government agencies, local government, state government, national government. As individuals, okay, this is self-evident. We can learn another language. Anyone at any age can learn a language. Motivation is the best predictor of success. Budget matters far less. Motivation is key. We can encourage our family and friends to learn another language. Talk to your children, your parents, your cousins, your next door neighbor. We can advocate for foreign language education in our towns, in our school districts, at the state level, and also at the national level. If advocacy is not enough, we can become a change agent. We can certainly vote for candidates who favor foreign language education. We can become candidates for public office ourselves. What can educational institutions do? I mean, we're sitting here in a university library. Educational institutions can adopt foreign language requirements and enforce existing ones. However, I think possibly more interestingly and more importantly, in this age where foreign language has, if not disappeared from classrooms, has receded from the university classroom, You saw that figure of 8% of students that we spoke about a couple of minutes ago. What we also can do as universities, we can offer informal, co-curricular, and experiential language learning experiences and opportunities. Think of the possibilities on a campus like this. We have students from all over the world speaking many, many different languages. We are located in Bergen County, New Jersey, surrounded once again by many, many languages. The possibilities here are truly endless. What can we do about it? Companies, large and small, can compensate, can offer, they can compensate for or even offer opportunities for foreign language instruction. You know, on-site or fund study that's off-site, off the company campus. What can government do? Government can and does do a great deal. Government certainly can offer compensation, advancement, training to government employees across all of the agencies who possess or who are in the process of learning needed foreign language skills. We do see this across the federal government. Government can increase tax and other advantages for people studying foreign languages for the workplace needs. Government can also increase, actually maintain, and even increase funding for foreign language initiatives. You know, as you all know, in 2008, it's some of the foreign language programs that had been put forward post 9/11, they were subject to the same budget restrictions as many, many other programs. We can look to the literature. We have a great report from the Center for Applied Linguistics, building the foreign language capacity we need toward a comprehensive strategy for a foreign language framework. Notice the use of the term framework, very much inspired by language practice and language policy in the EU, the European Union. What can we do? The MLA, Modern Language Association, has come out with a report, Foreign Languages in Higher Education, New Structures for a Changed World. Notice they don't say changing world. The world has already changed. What can we do about it? We can learn from others. What can we learn from foreign language teaching in other countries? Their successes, their challenges. Promoting a language proficient society, what you can do. We have from the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages, realizing our vision of languages for all. That was the theme of their 2005 language year. And the standards for foreign language education since 1996. We have Mary Louise Pratt's piece from the Silver Dialogues at NYU, building a new public idea about language. There's a lot we can do. Concluding thoughts, will we be tongue-tied or fluent? There are encouraging signs. Secretary of Education Duncan, then CIA Director Panetta spoke at the National Foreign Language Summit in 2010. In April of 2013, Deputy Assistant Secretary for International and Foreign Language Education Clay Pell was appointed. May 2013, the late Senator Frank Lautenberg and Representative Rush Holt from New Jersey introduced legislation in the House and the Senate on foreign language education. The next steps, learn from the research, learn from best practice from around the world. The very last step, develop a strategic social marketing plan involving all constituencies, government, business, education. Involve celebrities, bilingual role models like Johnny Depp, Sandra Bullock, Alex Rodriguez, the list is long. And the final question, many countries have language policies. The United States does not. Should the United States have a foreign language policy or a foreign language education policy? Question open to debate. Thank you.